What if I were to tell you that in The Phantom Menace, when he was a little boy, in the actual novelization, Anakin and C-3PO traveled through the desert together and came across a trapped Tusken Raider, one that was stuck under a boulder. Anakin, at this point in his life, was very curious as ever and fascinated by all things. He stopped from afar and examined the beast, only to go closer to it. Having already determined exactly what it was, a Tusken Raider lay crumpled on the ground, half buried by a pile of rocks close against the cliff face. The look and garb of the Sand People were unmistakable, even at this distance. Loose, tan-colored clothing, heavy leather gloves and boots, bandolier and belt, cloth-wrapped head with goggles and breathe mask, and a long, dual-handled blaster rifle lying a meter away from an outstretched arm. "I just want to look, that's all," the boy repeated. He was wary and a little scared of doing this, but he had never seen a Tusken Raider up close, although he had heard stories about them all his life. The Tusken Raider lay sprawled face down, arms akimbo, head turned to one side. Rocks and debris buried most of the lower part of his body. One leg lay pinned beneath a massive boulder. Anakin edged closer to where the blaster rifle lay, then reached down and picked it up. It was heavy and unwieldy. A man would have to be strong and skilled to handle one. He noted the strange carvings on the stock, tribal markings, perhaps. He had heard the Tuskens were a tribal people. Anakin Skywalker waited, wondering what he should do. He knew what Wada would say. He knew what almost everyone would say. "Get out of there, now." He put the blaster rifle down again. This was no business of his. He took a step back, then another. The Tusken lifted his head once more and stared at him. Anakin stared back. He could sense the pain in the other's gaze. He could feel his desperation, trapped and helpless beneath that boulder, stripped of his weapon and his freedom, both. Anakin's brow furrowed. Would his mother tell him to get out of there too? What would she say if she were there? "3PO," he called back to the droid. "Bring everybody over here." Anakin put the droids to work clearing away the smaller rocks and stones, then rigged a lever and used the speeder's weight to tilt the rock just enough so that they could pull the pinned man free. The Tusken was awake briefly, but then lapsed back into unconsciousness. Anakin had the droids check for their weapons and kept the blaster rifle safely out of reach. While the Tusken Raider was unconscious, the droids laid him on his back so that he could be checked for injuries. The leg pinned by the boulder was smashed, the bones broken in several places. Anakin could see the damage through the torn cloth, but he wasn't familiar with Tusken physiology, and he didn't know exactly what to do to repair the damage. So he applied a quick seal splint from the medical kit in the speeder to freeze the leg in place and left it alone. Now, what happens next is Anakin basically sets up camp there that night, worried that the desert's creatures would kill the Tusken in his weakened condition. As night fell, the Tusken came to consciousness eventually, where him and the boy just stared at one another for extended periods of time. When Anakin finally told C-3PO to translate for him that he wasn't going to hurt the Raider, he just wanted him to get better.